Hi, I'm Jeff Holton. I finally got a job. I'm doing instructional design for a pharmaceutical company. So I figured if I'm working for a pharmaceutical company, I should let you know about my two favorite pandemic books. Books about vile diseases decimating the entire population of the globe. Well, sort of. Actually, one is a novel, and the second one is nonfiction. The first one I'd like to share with you is The Stand by Stephen King. This is a quintessential story of the struggle of good versus evil in a world that's gone haywire. A vile flu virus, doctored up to be a weapon, works. Kills off 99.4% of the global population. The book gets off to a slow start as we're given some horrific images of what happens to the world as everybody dies off, but ultimately it's about the story of the survivors, finding out who they are, taking sides. We're introduced to some stereotypes. We're introduced to some non-stereotypes. It's really about the characters. It's not about the horror of the situation. It's about how people behave and how they act when they're really trying to decide, am I a good person or am I an evil person? One extra thing about The Stand. If you do pick up a copy, be sure to pick up the unabridged edition. There was actually an original printing of it in the 1970s, and the publisher required Stephen King to yank out large sections of the book. You would find a much more enjoyable read from the unabridged edition. I recommend it highly. One caution about reading The Stand: it is a very long book. It is not a single setting book, and you may be tempted to indulge in the miniseries that was created. The miniseries is a decent watch, but I honestly would recommend and steer you towards the book. The reason being, watching the female lead from 16 Candles and Lieutenant Dan attempt to capture the complexities of two survivors of a super flu. They are decent actors on their own right, but they leave a bit to be desired watching the miniseries. The second book is actually nonfiction. I'm not going to give away too much, but it's called The Hot Zone, and it is about the true story of an Ebola outbreak in 1991 in Washington, D.C. Obviously there is a plot twist. We're all still sitting here talking about it. We didn't all die. But I'll just let you know it's compelling, it's grabbing, it reads like a journalist. It was written by a journalist. But it will really get your attention and let you know how it is that our government operates during a crisis when everything works right. You should take a look at both books, written from very different perspectives. One, a fantastic fiction, horrific view of the future, or the past, depending on when you consider that it was written. The other, a very real, very raw, gripping, real-time, present-day event that leaves you on the edge of your seat as you expect things to turn horrible any second. But you know for a fact, since you're sitting there reading it, that they're not going to. I'm Jeff Holton. I hope you enjoy these.